Folks, I believe in a thing called live, and that is exactly what we are. Welcome to the live chat. I am your host, Dan Donohue, a.k.a. Daniel Donohue, a.k.a. Sync Boy, a.k.a. the master of choppers. You might wonder if that is a reference to motorcycles or chopping in terms of the vegetables. The answer is both. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am your host, Dan Donohue. This is the branch of my podcast, which is called Dancers, but I do it live, and I answer your questions. You can donate $2 to guarantee that I answer your question, or you can donate $5, and I will bring up a Wikipedia article of your choosing as long as it is appropriate for YouTube, just to test if the screens and whatnot are coming up. I'm just going to go ahead and, just pull up a random article. Oh, would you look at that? We got a little bit of the Jerry Seinfeld movie Unfrosted, directed by Jerry. Here's some of the reviews. Jerry sat directly in front of me at my screening, and he was the only one laughing at all the jokes, which is all you need to know about the movie. Very funny. Very funny. Okay? That's just some good holiday cheer right there. Jerry Seinfeld actually made a list of his 17 favorite Kellogg cereals to promote the movie. Google Jerry Seinfeld 17 to find out where Apple Jacks is placed. Oh, that's interesting. Let's do that. Let's Google Jerry Seinfeld 17. Let's see what happens there. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Well, listen. I hope the cereal movie is good. I hope the movie about cereal is good and powerful. And, we wish the cereal movie the best. How is everybody? Welcome to the chat. I'm glad people are already in there. Jace, it's good seeing you. Christina Coffee, it's good seeing you. What's up, folks? If you have a question, or if you would, simply like me to pull up a Wikipedia article. Now, by the way, I don't always, right now, seeing as that we are new, seeing as that the show is early, I only ask that you donate if you want to, or if you want to guarantee. You can always just ask a question. You can always just ask me to pull up a Wikipedia article. That's fine. And I like when the chat is powerful. I like when the chat is going. We got Chad Jeffries. That's a man who's constantly in the chat, and he said, "Are you old enough to remember Phil Donohue?" I've heard a lot about Phil Donohue, but I'm not actually completely sure who he is. Let's take a look. Okay. You know what? We don't look too dissimilar. We have similar eyes. I'll say that about Phil Donohue. We spell our last names differently, but that's okay. Philip John Donohue. Okay. Born December 21st. Birthdays are close. Birthdays are 10 days away, folks. Is an American media personality, writer, film producer, and creator of the show Phil Donohue, The Phil Donohue Show. Donohue Show has often been focused on issues that divide liberals and conservatives, just like me, such as abortion, consumer protection, civil rights, and war issues. His most frequent guest was Ralph Nader. Oh, I know who Ralph Nader was. For whom did Donohue campaign for in 2000? He's the king of daytime talk show. Oprah said if it wasn't for Phil Donohue, there wouldn't have been an Oprah show. Look at that. What a lovely man. You used to be able to do shows like that where it's like, the things that are dividing the country. Anyway, let's have a conversation about them. Here's two white guys to discuss here's two honkies to discuss what's wrong with the country. Very funny. Philly boy. Hi, you once said that you happened to misplace your ability to run due to inefficient nutrition. Do you recover your speed after that? Sorry if anything. That's a good question. Daria. The answer is no, I don't think so. I don't think I ever whatchamacallit, got my speed ability back. I don't really, I don't really want to have my. Here's the thing. I ran track back in the day. Some of you know this, some of you don't. I used to run track, and due to several diet and eating issues, I became worse and worse at track. I was able to deal with those and manage them, thankfully. But the thing is, in your day-to-day life, you generally don't need to sprint at full speed for 400 meters. It's unnecessary. Sometimes, every now and again, I'll get a little squirrely. I'll run some sprints. It's not back to where it once was, and that's okay. Unfrosted terrible, like OMG bad. Yeah, I can imagine that. Do you avoid political issues? No, I don't avoid them. Sometimes I just don't know a lot about things. But no, I don't avoid political issues, I would say. I'm pretty what's the word? I'm pretty bearish on my knowledge of political issues. But no, I wouldn't say I avoid them. I would say I try to be as cuz here's the thing. I'm from Massachusetts, and as a person from Massachusetts, we're a state of liars. It's a state of people who lie. It's a state of people who overstate their abilities and knowledge on things. So yeah, no, I try to be careful, because when I start talking about something, I can very easily get into arguments, disagreements, and talking above my pay grade on things. Because I've been pursuing stand-up comedy in earnest for 8 years, so there leaves a lot of blind spots there. Dan, your videos are refreshingly insightful. How do you become so wise? Let's pin that. You know what? How about more? Now this is this is what I'm talking about. Now this is the kind of thing I'm talking about here. I don't think I'm particularly wise, but I appreciate that. I just try to write a lot. And I think that, honestly, writing is good and should be done, even if you don't think you're very good at it. I think even if you don't think you're very good at writing, even if, because it doesn't matter whether you're good or not, it's good to kind of realize what's going on in your head and to realize just how bad things are up there. Because chances are nothing good's happening up there, and it's good to get that out on paper and to realize that, okay? But no, I really do appreciate that, and I'm glad you think my videos are insightful, and I hope you think they're funny. I do try to be a little bit more comedy forward in my videos now. Sometimes I would just go to my sink and rant about things, which that's fine. But I want to give you guys a little bit of, I'm always very self-conscious about how funny I am, to be honest with you. That's a constant point of insecurity for me. What else do we have? Oh yeah, the chat is live, folks. Keep adding to the chat, and again, if you want to make sure that I answer your question, just donate $2. And if you want me to look up any article on Wikipedia, I can do that for you for $5. Not to say I won't do that for free. It's just in case you want to guarantee it. Do you play an instrument? I used to play the guitar. Here's okay. This is an instance where I'm becoming much like my close family members. You guys ever have that where you start talking about something and you realize, oh no, it's happening. It's happening to me. I had a guitar teacher, and I was learning the guitar, and then he died, and I stopped. And I'm not laughing because that's funny. I'm laughing because that was an uncomfortable thing to tell you, and I don't know what else to do with my face. Okay? He was a great guy, my guitar teacher. I became very close with him. He was just a great soul, kind dude, great with working with, young guys, and then he died. And that's his ghost knocking on my door, if you can hear that in the background. And that happens sometimes, And when he died, I kind of had to go, how much do I really want to shred? Is it worth another guitar teacher? Is it worth is it worth going to another guitar teacher, and then that guy dies, and then it's a me problem? Do you understand? Do you understand the predicament I'm in? Do you understand the predicament I'm in? Where, like, if it happens once, it's just like a normal sad thing that happened, right? If it happened once, it's just a normal, very, very bleak, very sad, and yet sort of like understandable situation. But if I get another guitar teacher and then that guy dies, now the cops are looking into me. Iran's butcher of a president died recently in a chopper crash that yielded a lot of high quality comedy material. Just saying. Yeah, no. That hey, you write it. Good luck. Are you losing the stash anytime soon? I don't think so. I don't think so. Um I'm going to keep the mustache for a little while unless I get any sort of role that will require me to shave it off. Unless someone pays me literally $5 to shave it off. You know what I'm saying? And then, who knows? Who knows? I mean, I'm very connected to the mustache and I love it, but if someone gives me even $6 to shave it off, that would be great. What else do we have here? Is that a NutriBullet magic bullet you are always washing? You know what this is? Let's check this out. I don't know exactly. I think it's this. Wait, let me pull it up. And by the way, I'm not sponsored by these people, but I thought it would be, why not share with the world what's going on here? It's one of these. One of these. And boy, now that I'm looking at it online, I should not have pulled this up because it looks like I could have gotten it a lot cheaper than what I got it for. We're going to put that down. That makes me sad. Not cashing in on a deal is one of the saddest things for me. What's your Venmo? I don't know how to pay on YouTube. Oh, it's I don't know how to type that in or whatever, but it's at Daniel Dawn. Wait, let me see if I can write that in, folks. Just in case. Yeah, that's nice. But by the way, Nikki, we don't have a lot of people requesting YouTube or YouTube material, or I'm sorry, Wikipedia material, so you can go ahead and throw that up there. Chad Jeffrey, thoughts on Dave Portnoy? I don't know a lot about Dave. Owns Barstool Sports. Kind of seems like a dumb guy from where I'm from, to be honest with you. That's my initial read on him. I have not dug any further, but he has the voice and the mannerisms of a guy who played lacrosse. That's about all I could give you on Dave Portnoy. That's about it. Oh, this is interesting. Let's pin this bad boy. My partner just asked who this is. I came up with a comedian on Instagram who does something like a Seinfeld mullet while washing the dishes. He thought a mullet dad was something famous. Wait, a Seinfeld mullet? A Seinfeld mullet? Did Seinfeld have a mullet? I don't know. I don't know if you could call this a mullet, folks. Or we're calling that a mullet. I don't know about that. I don't see it. No. No, you know who had a real beautiful mullet? One second. What's a good, Theo Vaughn, but then Doug, wait. This right here. Oh, wait. That's a mullet right there. You see that? I don't have the courage. I don't have the cojones to do a mullet like this, but that's a mullet right there. That's what I'm talking about. And then of course Theo's stayed with the mullet. I don't know. Oh yeah, he used to I guess keep it kind of clean, but he's been mulleted for quite a while, and you got to respect that. You've got to respect that. How much to shave it into it? Now, how dare you, Chad? How dare you? No amount of money. I'll be completely honest with you. You know who tried doing that is Michael Jordan. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but Michael Jordan tried to bring back, let's call it the very small mustache. And everybody rightfully was like, even you? The answer is no. Even you? The answer is no. I bleached my mullet and everyone started calling me Hulk Hogan. Well, of course they did. Of course they did. For what other reason? Yeah. There's no one else with a bleached mullet, I don't think. Several women in the 80s, I believe. That's a good summary of Portnoy, but he's actually very special. What's special about Dave Portnoy, Chad, would you say? I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn as much as I am to speak. Also, if anyone wants me to bring up any Wikipedia articles, that is available to you, folks. I want the chat to be a place of openness, of power, of honesty, of joy, of kissing. I want you all to be kissing each other. You know what? Everybody throw the kiss emoji into the chat. Go ahead. Actually, well, you guys are being quiet for whatever reason. You know what? I'm gonna have my own little wiki session here. Wait a minute. Why can't I look up? I'm looking up mullet on Wikipedia. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Good job, everybody in the chat, by the way. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the term mullet describes a hairstyle was apparently coined and certainly popularized by American hip-hop group the Beastie Boys, who used mullet and mullet head. Wait, it's that recent? 1994? That's crazy. Wait, did you guys know that? That's nuts. Fashion history. In antiquity, a metal figurine dated back to the 1st century AD and found during 2018 preparations for a new car park in Winnipole Estate, England, was hypothesized by archaeologists to indicate that natives in ancient Britain during the Roman occupation could have worn their hair similar to mullets. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that lovely? Huh? Mullet started in Kentucky. That's not what this said. This said it was in antiquity, okay? You got a problem with that? Take it up with them. Some tribes in Borneo also have mullet hairstyles. Damn, that's awesome. Damn. That is sick. That looks so cool. Woohoo. And then 1960, Tom Jones sported a mullet. In 2 of his 3 1965 performances, it's not unusual. Whoa. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. That's pretty cool. See what you can get from looking up the dang article? It's pretty nice. All right. Enough of that. We got some stuff in the chat. Mulder started in Kentucky. You've been to Winnipole. That's pretty cool, Jace. Very nice. The way Dave treats people is actually really kind, but hilarious things happen around him. He really knows pizza. You know what, Chad? You've donated enough to the chat. Let's take a look at Dave Portnoy. I'll say this. Barstool Sports reached out to me to use one of my videos way back when, and I did not like the way they approached me. So I'll just be completely honest with that. I'll explain that. So I had a video go, fine. It's not like I'm a big fish online by any means, but I had a video that did really well, and Barstool reached out to me, and it's very normal for a website or like meme aggregate page or whatever to reach out and go, hey, we'd like to post your video on our page, which that's usually fine with me. And so they reached out. They were like, hey, can we use your video? I was like, sure. And they were like, okay, we need you to fill this form out, which I am absolutely not going to do that. It's like, I mean, I have my own page. I don't really need another page to share my thing or whatever. And I looked into it, and I actually asked the question on Barstool. I was like, why do I need to fill a form out? And they were like, well, you need to give us permission to advertise, with basically saying, like, we're going to make money off of your video, and you need to sign the rights to it over to us. And it's like, yeah, I think that's dumb. And it's, is it the worst thing in the world? No, but I didn't really care for that. But let's see if old Portnoy can win me over. Born in 1977, he's older than I thought he is. Wait, so how old does that make him? That makes him 47. Whoa, for some reason, I don't know why, I thought he was a younger guy. Grew up in Swampscott, Northern Mass, north of Boston. Very interesting. Essex County. Son of Michael, a lawyer, Linda, a high school teacher. He is Jewish after attending Swampscott High School, where one of his classmates was ESPN Tom McShay. Portnoy graduated, blah, blah, blah. Barstool Sports. After college, Portnoy moved to Boston and began working at Yankee Group, an IT market research firm. In 2004, Portnoy left Yankee Group and founded Barstool Sports. The early iteration was a 4-page sports newspaper that Portnoy handed out on subway platforms and street corners in Boston. That's pretty cool. That's cool that it was whatever kind of underground. The paper was meant to appeal to young men and rejected political correctness. All right, okay, great. What even is, what do we mean by political correctness exactly? Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, we're gonna make fun of Tom Brady and also trans people. Welcome to Barstool Sports. Early advertisers in newspaper include offshore betting websites such as Party Poker. That's normal. Okay, blah, blah, blah. One Bite Pizza. Politics. Portnoy identifies as socially liberal and fiscally conservative. Okay, guys, now if you see this, someone identifies as socially liberal and fiscally conservative. They are, I would say, 9 out of 10 times pretty dumb. 9 out of 10 times they are because let's break that down. Socially liberal, fiscally conservative. What that basically means is you can identify that there are problems in this country as it relates to race and gender and sexuality and people who are of certain marginalized groups being in disadvantageous positions, but you are not willing to do anything monetarily to actually help those problems, which is very interesting. Which is very interesting. In a 2015 blog post, Portnoy said, I am voting for Donald Trump. I don't care if he's a joke. I don't care if he's racist. I don't care if he's sexist. I don't care about any of it. I hope he stays in the race, and I hope he wins. Why? Because I love the fact that he's making other politicians squirm. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and double down on him being stupid. I'm going to go ahead and say I kind of hit that one out of the park. Anti-union stance. Great. Okay. I got to go ahead and say this. I believe Chad. I think I kind of hit this one out of the park. I think I pretty much I slam dunk this as always. All of my opinions are correct and perfect. This one being one of them. Barstool Sports are all bros, LOL, in a bad way. Listen, I will say the one redeeming thing that I read is that he did pretty much start this company from nothing. But the thing is, stupid people that I disagree with can do that too. And I don't mean to overuse the word stupid. I will just go ahead and say someone whose opinions strike me as stupid. What else do we have here? Have you ever done the political compass test? I have not. I have not done that. Yeah, libertarian. Listen, I read Ayn Rand when I was 14 too. I was really taken by all the things that she wrote and said, and I'm glad that that was a phase I got over. I will go ahead and say. All right, well that was fun. Anybody else got a Wikipedia article they want me to look, or got any questions for the chat? Please throw them in there. That was fun. I didn't know any of that about Dave Portnoy. I have to say I'm not charmed. Who cares? Who cares what I think? Who cares what I have to say? But you know, for my small little point in this world that I've carved out, I will go ahead and say, in my opinion, not particularly charmed. Chad, you and I differ on that, and I'm sorry. Sorry if that offends you. You have been so good to this chat. But we all have our differences in taste and style. And isn't it nice when we can all sit down and agree on things that don't really affect us in any way? Isn't that nice? Isn't that a great sign of intelligence when you can sit down and be like, isn't it great that we can just have a civil conversation about things that don't actually affect us in any way? I don't think the employees like him, but media is about free speech. I'll go ahead and agree with you. I think it's good. I think free speech is good. I think you get a little bit it gets a little wonky when free speech goes into lying and stuff, but as far as opinions go and shit, yeah, I think that I am very pro free speech. Let's see this here. Do you have any thoughts on laugh tracks and TV shows? I've never been bothered by them, but I know a lot of people hate them. I don't get bothered by them. How does the chat feel about laugh tracks? I will say this. In my own business, I know a few comedians that will, let's call it, juice the crowd. They'll add laughter to stand-up comedy clips. That's a practice that I personally don't abide by. That I guess that's kind of just a personal thing, and I think it is just because I have somewhat of a connection to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am in stand-up, so obviously I'm going to have a strong opinion on that. But yeah, I think it's bad. I think just get the laughs in the room. You're misrepresenting something. As far as TV goes, I guess like there's sort of a suspended disbelief in TV already, where a laugh track doesn't necessarily seem as bad. But yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and say I'm not super pro laugh track, but I also don't really care. How about that? That's a beautiful. By the way, if you ever want a nice little ejector seat when you're asked about your opinion on something that doesn't really affect you or anyone else, you can just go ahead and be like, "Yeah, I don't really care." See, Cassandra says it's kind of endearing, and maybe that's true, or maybe Cassandra had something happen in Cassandra's life that was that led her to feel that way, where the existence of hollow fake laughter is enjoyable. And who's to say if that's a bad quality? Who is to say? Who would be in your dream lineup to do a comedy show with? Oh, that's a fun question. That's a very fun question. Okay. Um so some of you might think I would answer this by saying comedians that I like and respect and would want to perform with. There are many comedians that I like and respect and would want to perform with, but I'm actually going to answer this in a different way. I'm going to pick a show that I think I would do well on. So starting off, to really make the crowd uncomfortable, we're gonna go Michael Richards. We're gonna have Michael Richards do a set. Seinfeld's Michael Richards, disgraced comedian. He's gonna do a set first. Even if he doesn't have another racist outburst, I think it will get the crowd uncomfortable enough. Okay? I think it will make the crowd on edge enough. For the second comedian of the night, okay? Who is that, you say? Nancy Pelosi. She's going to do her first 5 minutes of stand-up ever. She's going to do her first ever 5 minutes of stand-up. She's not going to really know where she is. She's not going to really know what she's saying. Okay? So now the crowd is sort of whipped up into a frenzy. They've just seen Michael Richards followed by Nancy Pelosi, and they don't know what to think. Okay, I hit them with a real solid 1-2 punch. And then after that, a person who does do stand-up comedy, I'll pull it up right here. So we got Michael Richards followed by Nancy Pelosi, right? And then we're going to have, that's right, you guessed it, folks, Stormy Daniels. That's right. Stormy Daniels does stand-up comedy, has been doing stand-up comedy for a while now. I don't know if she is currently doing it, but I know she performed at a club that I was really trying to headline at when I was a younger comic. And I remember when they had Stormy come through, and it was very important for people to see Stormy Daniels do stand-up comedy at that time. And God bless her, and I think that's great. And then I would go up. So it's going to be Michael Richards, Nancy Pelosi, Stormy Daniels, and me. You might be thinking, Dan, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty good lineup. That's a pretty good lineup. We have 2 men, 2 women. That's great. You might say it's all white people, but Nancy Pelosi would be wearing the scarf that she did the thing where she kneeled and put her fist in the air. Do we remember that? The internet just moves so fast right now. That's kind of hard to... Do we remember the scarf? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about right here. You see that? That first picture right there? That's what it's all about. So she's going to be in that. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a fun show. So that's the dream lineup. That's a really great question. So I've got two questions about stand-up here, which I will answer. I just wanted to let you guys know I will almost never talk bad about a stand-up comic. I find that to be tacky, and I don't like it. And I hope that Stormy Daniels can accept my apology if she was offended by what I had said about her, even though I didn't say anything bad. Why am I apologizing? Andrew Santino is very funny. Very funny stand-up comic. I really like him on stage, and it's always cool to see him do stand-up. I also really like Sebastian Maniscalco. Sebastian, it's funny that you guys bring both of them up, because it almost makes me think that you're following me, because I saw both of them within like the last 2 weeks just hanging out at the Comedy Store. Dude, they rock. They rock. Maybe you're just in an Italian state of mind or whatever, but they both are awesome. I'm a big fan of both of them. If you've never seen either of them, both of them are really great. Sebastian always makes me laugh so hard. He's so silly. It's so nice to see a silly Italian man. You know? There's something about an Italian man being silly and quirky that really gets me. Really gets me going. I really do enjoy it. Folks, we got a Subway bit. He has, I won't give it away obviously, but he has a new bit about peeing at a urinal and not making any noise that it just tickles me. We got any other comments, questions, concerns, folks? This is great. Please don't be shy to go in the chat. Don't be shy to go in the chat. Oh yeah, no. I met Bobby not too long ago. I was scared. It sucks when you meet somebody and you're nervous. I was nervous to meet Bobby, but he was nice. Nice guy. I gotta say, guys, you can ask me about stand-up comedians, and I will answer. It is one thing. Listen, I'll talk about Dave Portnoy all day. I don't think I will ever be in a position where we will be working together in any capacity. I'll probably eat crow on that one day. Fast forward to 10 years where I'm just begging to be on one of his shows. Just please, Dave. Dave, I need it. But I just don't. If you ask me about a comic and I don't like their stand-up, I just don't. I don't think I would ever talk bad about another comic. So if you ask me about a comic, I will probably just be like, nice, they're good. Go see them live. I just love stand-up comedy. Can I be honest with that? Is that so bad? Am I such a cuck for saying that? Well, if I am, then cuck me down, baby. You can go ahead and cuck me right out for that, because I just love dang stand-up comedy. Kathy Griffin, have never seen her stand-up, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you what. She's been around longer than me, and she's probably better than me at stand-up. So I got nothing to say on that. Oh my God, Jace! Wait, Jace, you're always such a good addition to the chat here. Jace just brought up such an excellent point here. It's like defending a sibling in front of other people. You may personally not be a fan, but no one else can be mean about them. That is kind of how I feel. I would go as far as to say if someone insults a stand-up comic in front of me that I think is really unfunny, I will probably just be quiet about it, but I don't know. You know what it is? What it really is like I've just done enough shows where and maybe this will change. Maybe eventually I'll be so proficient at stand-up comedy I'll be like, who cares? Let's let it fly. But I could have a bad night. Who am I? Who am I to say shit about anybody? Life's too short. It's a pretty small stakes situation whether or not you think someone is funny or not. Who cares? Who cares? I guess I did make fun of Jerry Seinfeld's movie a little bit. What a hypocrite. What an absolute hypocrite I am. I literally started this episode by making fun of the reviews for Seinfeld's movie and then talking about him dating a 16-year-old when he was 39 years old. If you make $1 billion, fair game. Is that fair, chat? Chat, is that fair? Is that if I will not talk shit about a stand-up comic unless they make $1 billion. After $1 billion, it's almost like when a song goes into the public domain. Then all bets are off. Also, if you date a 16-year-old when you're 39, all bets are off. and he's 2 for 2. He's 2 for 2. What do you want me to do there? He's 2 for 2. Oh, boy, that's funny. People can make fun of you when you make $1 billion. I'll go as far as to say people shouldn't defend you if you have $1 billion. People, if you're being made fun of and you have $1 billion, I mean, also, that like if you want people to defend you and defend your name and your honor, you should have to give some of that money away. All right? This is, by the way, if you want to be like, oh, Dan the socialist, blah, 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 it's like, all right, but I think it's pretty fair. I think I'm giving a lot of slack here by saying, even saying, you can have $1 billion, but anyone can make fun of you at any time unless you give some of that money away. Oh, I'm sorry, Christina. It's fair if people can make fun of you and make... Oh, my God. Listen to me. And I really mean this. Unless there is some sort of an insane inflation event in the United States where, like, $1 billion becomes the baseline for a livable wage, if I make $1 billion, you can make fun of me. You can make fun of everything that is sacred and precious to me. You can Photoshop pictures of me doing horrible... If I make $1 billion, don't do this now. But the second I make $1 billion, please, go for it. Go for it. Go. By the way, folks, we're not even at the $100 a month threshold for YouTube. I think I'm gonna be safe on this one. if you want to make $1 billion, you should probably have 1 million by 29 and not be doing YouTube live streams, right? But yeah, let's just go ahead and say you can. I mean, I want to go as far as to say if I make $1 billion, if I'm a billionaire and you can get close enough to me to punch me in the arm, I won't press charges. Okay? I'll say that. If you want to punch me in the arm, I won't press charges. Fast forward like I win the lottery and I'm just wearing Kevlar arm protectors. Folks, we got any other questions, comments, concerns? This has been a fun chat. This has been a fun little chat, huh? We got any other questions, comments? I got time to look up another Wikipedia article. Whatever you folks want. Oh, Christina, thank you so much. Whoa. Christina, that's wonderful. Christina, you paid $5. That means that you get a Wikipedia article if you want. You want me to look up a Wikipedia article? I'll do a deep dive into it. This is powerful. Yes. Yes, that's completely true. If you've made $1 billion, I think you're fine. I think your nerves are dead at that point. Dealer's choice. Let's see. You know what? Let's see here. This is a fun experiment. I'm actually going to see. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to see if I can generate a random Wikipedia article. Wiki Roulette. Here it is. Okay. All right, folks. We got one on Wiki Roulette. Whoa. All right. Amy N. Bronnerschmidt is a U.S. Navy officer. She is the first woman to serve as an executive officer and then as a commanding officer in the U.S. Navy. Aircraft carrier Browner-Schmidt. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pronounce her name wrong and differently every time. Was assumed command of the USS Abraham Lincoln. Raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Love Milwaukee. Went to I went to Milwaukee once because I was doing shows in Appleton, Wisconsin. I went into a antique store. They did have a lot of Nazi memorabilia. I would go ahead and say too much for them to be able to use the excuse it's just about history, man. But other than that, it was nice. On her first assignment as a Naval Academy midshipman, she chose aviation. That's very good. Trained as a helicopter pilot. Whoa, she's cool. Helicopter pilot, USS San Diego. That's a ship that everybody probably gets drunk on. Everybody's drunk in San Diego all the time. If you pick a random person, off the street in San Diego, they are drunk. They are drunk. Whoa, what? In February, Browner-Schmidt was nominated for promotion to Rear Admiral Lower Half. Wait a minute. Chat, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Rear Admiral Lower Half? The Navy's just messing with us. The Navy's just messing with us at this point. They know what they knew what they were doing with that. They knew what they were doing with Rear Admiral lower half. What? I mean, just call it the ass admiral, folks. What are we doing here? The 1-star flag officer with a pay grade of 07 in the United States Navy. Why did they name it that? You know why they named it that? Because they wanted to have a little giggle, folks. That's why. Damn. Well, good for her. Good for this woman. Difficult job. Rear Admiral lower half. Boy, oh boy, is that funny. All right, folks, we got time for one more. We got a question or a Wikipedia article. You go ahead and throw that in. Let me know. Let me know if you're interested. Do you ever gamble for things other than money? The silliest thing I ever played poker for was the last chocolate chip cookie. It was during lockdown. Oh yeah. Oh, I've done wagers because a lot of my life is waiting for shows and open mics to start. So yeah, I've gambled for me and my buddy Dylan gambled for our undershirts one time. I've gambled for movie tickets. Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, we get degenerate. We get degenerate with gambling a little bit. Me and my buddy Dylan, I mean, we bet money, but we've bet money on a coin flip before, and that's awesome. That's really funny. We'll just put like $5 to $10 down on a coin flip. I mean, because who cares? Life is stupid. Do I get stage fright? No, not really. I get stage I hope this goes well, but I think I maybe not fright anymore. All right, folks. Well, I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for joining me. You're all beautiful and wonderful and perfect in every way. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. And, yeah.